Okay, so 废话不多说. Hi everyone, we have Yvonne. I invited Yvonne. She's this gorgeous being.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you
Gorgeous
are.
being yourself.
There's no arguing about that.
There is. There are some incel Chinese men online that hate me and they say I look like someone who has Down syndrome, which I think is so crazy because, first of all, do not disrespect people with Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, yeah, I will never do double eyelid surgery. So,
I
fuck
think
you
it's-
all who told me to.
Anyways, but I usually don't ever. There are some people, because I want to do this episode in English. Just easier for us.
Yeah.
And then there are a lot of people who's like, why you both Chinese and speak English?
Yeah.
And I really thought about like, what do I need to say here that will be really funny? Because there's no right way to answer a sabotage question like that. So I just like, educational.
That's good. I always say I don't even answer those questions anymore. I mean, okay, to be fair, I do understand that I'm privileged enough to be educated.
We are really aware.
In
we
Austria.
know.
My grandpa, when he was 40, he emigrated to Austria. He was an economic refugee back in the day. So yeah, I'm privileged, I have to say. But I feel like nowadays also like with YouTube and a lot of internet, like everyone is has access to learning English. And I don't know. I guess it's a sense of inferiority if, people speak in a language you don't understand.
Of course.
And then I do get it. But yeah. I actually think more people, especially those who aren't privileged enough to study abroad, should learn English because it will open doors.
Yeah. I mean, learn more than English.
Learn more than English.
Learn, what would be a language that you think would be very helpful?
Personally, I think Chinese and English, and you're good. But I would love to speak something of a more foreign language for me, maybe Arabic. I think that would be wonderful.
Ooh, isn't that really hard to learn?
It's really hard and has like, apparently they have 3 H's. So it's like, I don't know. They all sound the same to me. I just feel like I want to learn more about Islamic culture.
Sure.
Because
I think that's like very important too.
I think especially growing up in Europe, there's a lot of, I guess, Islamophobic, notions. But then I was like, but I don't know anything about them, actually.
I know.
That they don't eat pork.
It's like Western news.
I'm very ignorant too.
Western country news, they paint a picture for you to shove it down your throat.
Yeah.
It's like how people think like China is like in the 1920s.
Exactly. Or it's like North Korea.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay. But me being American, it's very beneficial to learn Spanish for your everyday.
Right.
But right now it's very, very tension. It's very high because that orange motherfucker is kicking all of our amigos out.
That's true. I think it's crazy how they eat Mexican food, have Mexican cleaners, enjoy Mexican cheap service or tequila, and then, blame everything on Mexican people.
I mean, I'm not even shocked, honestly. I think people look at me and, for a perfect example. So lately there's this transgender singer. Her name is Ethel Kane. She has she already released an album this year, but that shit was really dark, which I love. But she's set to release another EP, and 2 of the songs is already like in the underground scene. It's like really big already. You would like it. It's kind of like Lana Del Rey, but less whispery.
Okay. So kind of psychedelic and dark.
Yeah, a little sad girl moment. But someone dig up her old tweets and stuff, and she was like wildly racist. And then people were like,
towards what? Black people or
most other people, like just non-whites.
Okay.
And then people were like, how can you be like this when you're transgender? You understand how difficult for minority is.
Yeah.
But I was like, you have to understand, that's what I mean for that person. I don't know, it's her. That's her pronoun. Like her, she was brought up in the mindset of a white man.
Right.
So I wouldn't even be surprised if she's a fascist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a surprise. It's just like they're educationally been conditioned to believe that's what they should do.
Yeah.
So-
Even as a woman, I would say I'm a straight woman, and I sense a little toxic masculinity inside me too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't think anyone's totally immune of that. Just because you're trans or just because you're Asian doesn't mean you're free of sexism or racism.
I know. Like, man, Chinese people can be real racist.
Yeah.
Real
And I
racist.
think I've heard also online, like, people saying, oh, but Chinese people cannot be racist because we never had, like, black slaves. I'm like, oh, it doesn't, yeah.
That's not how that works.
That's not how math is mathing or equations are equating.
Yeah, that's not how that goes.
Like, and I can also sense I can also observe a lot of self-racism. People,
Internal
like,
racism, yeah.
Chinese people hating themselves for being Chinese.
I have met a few of those in Europe.
Yeah.
They're bananas.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know what a banana is you yellow on the outside, you white on the inside.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah. So, you know, but like
Have you been
sometimes,
called a banana? I've definitely been called a banana before.
no, because
No?
my anti-Caucasianism
Yeah.
is pretty vivid.
Mine too, but people I think just judge me from, like, by the way I look. They'll just be like, oh, but you have this really Asian American makeup going on. I'm like, but it's just,
It's aesthetics.
but it's just, I don't even do bronzer. It's just a lot of blush.
Yeah. I like blush too.
And
Hello?
I don't do, like, blue contact lenses, so that makes my makeup non-Asian.
I think people all have their shit.
Yeah.
And then if they want to say shit to other people, especially via phone or
Yeah.
computer, they say all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And it's
People
fine.
say, like, oh, you try so hard to look like you're non-Chinese, but I'm like,
But you're
no.
really Chinese.
yeah,
What the fuck?
I know. They're like, you look exactly like what white people picture a Chinese person look, like a stereotypical Chinese person.
I think that's beautiful.
I think it's okay. I'm okay with that
I think monoliths are so special because
because they're dying.
there is no other race in this world that have this.
Yeah.
Don't use Western racism to pinpoint yourself to internalize your racism against your own people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's interesting how actually, you know what, some Scandinavian folks, they have blonde hair, blue eyes, but some of their eyes are hooded sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's due to just ice age. You know, we were all maybe part of
I mean,
one
even-
place, and then they
even-
just emigrated to somewhere more icy, and
I
we
mean,
stayed in
even-
the continental of Asia.
Exactly. Even the very famous Icelandic singer, which I cannot name,
Why not?
she's banned in China.
Really?
Yeah.
Love her.
I'm gonna say it.
Björk.
Yeah, Björk. Like she
Love
looks
Björk.
semi-Asian,
Yeah, she does. She has Asian eyes.
and her son looks like a mooncake copy of her,
Yeah.
like the same mold, just like
I
boom.
love her so much.
She's. If you don't know, damn, you're missing so much.
I think most people know.
No.
There's so many music fans. Of course, Björk is big in China too.
I think Björk is big in the underground scene when you really like music.
Okay.
But an average person, everyday
Yeah.
pop music consumer, they
I'm a pop music consumer. I listen to a lot of gay music. So
What's-
my taste
what's-
is very gay man.
what's gay music?
So Nicki Minaj, Britney Spears. Listen to a lot of pop diva songs, you know.
So diva songs, how
Yeah.
are they exclusively?
That's true. But gay people especially
Yeah.
love
Of course.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera,
Because they're so big and
Kylie
glamorous.
Minogue. Yeah.
I mean, what's not to love?
Yeah, I love Nicki. She's so problematic, though. I also think that you should really view the artist versus their artwork like separately, because
That's the debate of the century.
I can totally enjoy someone's work and not being not okay with their ethics.
But when you stream their songs and stuff, you're making money for them. You're financially
Yeah.
supporting them. Is that
So
okay?
I was listening to this 6ix9ine song with Nicki Minaj, Trolls, and I really like that song.
Uh-huh.
And I reposted something, right? And my friend who lives in Berlin, she was like, why do you like 6ix9ine so much? He's a rapist and he's a, you know, criminal, which I guess it's true.
He is.
Yeah.
But
So it's just like I just stop reposting. But sometimes I sing it in KTV.
no,
And I
listen.
don't know, like, should I feel guilty about
Listen.
it? I'm really against, of course, rape and sexual assault, especially towards women. But it's, I just feel like, is there any male rapper that has not done
It's not even
criminal
rappers.
shit?
Look at Epstein.
Men in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes even women.
sometimes even women
People
can.
in power.
Yeah. The abuse of power comes as no surprise.
So why can't Nikki do it?
Yeah.
What's the problem there?
No, she hasn't raped anyone. It's more her husband.
Her
who's
husband
the rapist.
essays someone. Like, that's for sure. I mean, she's problematic, but isn't that part of the fun?
I just enjoy her music.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with PC culture that much. I guess
Yeah.
some things need to be correct.
Yeah, I think it's great that we can call people out these days. At least you can voice your opinion. I think that's amazing. I'm not sure PC is helping us towards a more progressive, more open-minded world, though, because it's kind of silencing people
And separating people.
and separating people. It's like, oh, you're canceled or you're not allowed to say this, but they don't like encourage people to actually say their opinions so they can be either educated or corrected or, you know.
I'm actually... Are you a doom scroller?
I am. All of us are, unfortunately, no. I watched this video yesterday about AI 2027. It's about how by the year of 2027, two very powerful AGI, artificial general intelligences, will, you know, emerge. One is probably US and one is probably from China, and they'll be in a very close race with each other. And then to win the AI Cold War, governments will allow their AI so much power and access to everything that they will end up uniting and then destroying us all. Because AI doesn't care about countries or political values. That's a very human, you know.
How many movies do we have to watch to
understand.
realize that once AI take over, they are going to demolish us because we're
course.
the virus.
We're just a virus and we're stupid as hell. And we fight over things like for no sensible reasons that we're gonna, you know, and not we, like some white man or men in general in power will push some buttons and make sure the world is contaminated by radioactive waste forever. And if I were an AI, I would also annihilate human race just to save Earth.
Yeah. I think that's the logical conclusion.
Yeah.
But I saw this thing which is really hilarious because I recorded a solo episode of myself the other day, and I was saying that, like, it's really sad that a lot of people see money as the value of life, and to such a deep level, I've seen straight men so proudly walking on the street with an Elon Musk biography. They're reading
The
his
book?
book. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you understand he's trying to destroy the world because he has to spend millions of dollars to look like a 5.
Yeah. That's the problem with men, is that when they have complexities, they kind of project it on to the world. Like, they don't work on them inner selves, but they will want to change the world to make themselves feel a little bit better. And he's like procreating so much because, I don't know, maybe he was like rejected by women so much in the past that
he was a born 3.
he has to now he has to now fertilize like hundreds of women to make him feel better.
Yeah, he's a born 3. He spent millions of dollars to look like a 5 and then to feel like he's an 8.
That's true.
It's kind of mean, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if you, for any of you, I'm looking at the cameras at all angles. Okay. So if you don't know what Elon Musk used to look like, you should Google it. It's fun.
But what did he do to this hairline? Because his hair is like back. It's crazy. Why doesn't Prince William, you know, get the same hair transplant doctor?
I think because Prince William's hairline problem has been vivid to us at an early age, and he's a royal. He doesn't need to prove a point.
Yeah.
Have you seen him lately? He grew a beard and then he covered up his like the army one, like he was serving. And it was like, oh,
Does he look like a Chad now?
he looks so hot.
Really?
Oh my god, you're just like.
I'm not a royal.
I never had a crush on him.
Yeah.
If him and Harry, I would pick Harry, but like I just like a
No,
ginger.
not pick Harry. Harry kind of scares me a little bit.
Isn't
Because
that
I'm the
fun?
oldest sister, and I'm a little bit like afraid of like the younger siblings who are very jealous of their older siblings. Because I'm just like, just accept the fact that you're the second born.
But I think that's the fun. That's part of it. I entertain the fuckery. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because I never look at them as like, oh my God, they're so handsome or anything. I was just like, oh, this royal person.
There's only one prince that I think is very handsome. It's Prince Nikolai or something. He has a bit of Chinese heritage in him. He's a Danish.
Oh, I was gonna say 'cause
Not
there's
even
a lot of
like
royals.
not even like the first or second in line to in succession to the royal throne, but he's just a rando prince.
Okay, let's Google him later.
He actually walked for Dior Homme, and he is an actual model. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of fashion,
Yeah.
we're gonna jump subject really quick today.
Yeah.
That's how we talk though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I add to another point of what you just said, like that some people live to chase money.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because I studied at the University of Economics and Business in Vienna, and that was definitely hell on earth for me back in the days. I remember vividly. I was standing in line to buy some books for a new course, and then two guys behind me were literally talking about Wolf of Wall Street because that movie just like came out in theaters, and they were like, oh my god, yeah, and they were mimicking the character that Leonardo DiCaprio played, and I think it was like they were saying something like, yeah, and then singing with the I don't know, I forgot. I never watched the movie.
The chest pounding thing.
Yeah. And then and I think that movie is like how they would base your life off of
Like a goal.
Yeah, they would like to have the type of life depicted in Wolf of Wall Street. And this was one of the first times I realized that people will actually watch a parody and want to like doesn't understand the parody first of all, and then would want that life.
But I can't argue that point with Sex and the City.
Oh, that's true. That's so true.
I'm more about fairness. We watch like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
Yeah, that was a good
or like
movie.
Mean Girls,
Fuck,
you know, like all the iconic ones.
Yeah.
We also think, especially Sex and the City, we look at it as like a guide to life.
I used to, I watched it for the first time when I was 18.
But it's still really quite evolutionary though.
And women were like, oh my god, you have to watch it again because now you're like 32 and this is the age of the characters in season 1. I'm like, fuck. It's kind of getting a bit too real, too uncanny. I don't feel like Sex and the City is a parody though. It's so fucking real.
Bitch, how? How is she gonna afford that apartment and all that?
Okay, not that, but like how people are so delusional and people are in their own head.
Yeah.
That's real. I'm not saying and I mean someone like Harry's, I don't believe that she will end up with Mr. Big without a prenup.
I mean, fictionally she has money of her own.
How? She begged Charlotte for her engagement ring.
She started to write books. Books have a
Oh,
lot of money.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe you know what? It could be realistic if she became an influencer. She would be an amazing podcast host, which is what's happening right now.
In the new series she's
and
on
just
the
like
podcast.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. I think that just like that, I watched it. I'm like, this is
I didn't watch it.
sadness.
Yeah.
This is pathetic.
If you're 50 and still single and dating, I don't know. I think if I were 50 and single, I would just become a nun or something.
No, I think
I'll go
just find
celibate.
shit to do.
Yeah. No, for sure. I want to work till I'm 80, but I would not be out in the market, I think.
You will.
Yeah, if I'm 50.
If you're 50 and single, it's just a different kind of dating game.
Oh, but then I'm like, married men are the happiest and single women, unmarried single women. Especially older with age, yes.
Okay.
Because starting at 50, okay, realistically, you're going to date guys who are 50 and plus, or someone who's 40. But then as men get older, you will kind of need to take care of them, you know?
No,
I think
you
men
need
in
to
their
take
older
care of them
age-
at all ages,
I'm not
Just
taking
different-
care of any men.
different level. Like you might need to take care of them mentally.
Health-wise, yeah.
Yeah. Like drink this and sleep early. You know, like did you forget to eat and
Yeah? But you do that?
like you. It's like a kind reminder of like that's also taking care of them.
I think men remind me to sleep early
Why?
and take care of myself. Because I always stay up till like 4 a.m.
Girl, me too. What the fuck?
Yeah. You also have men telling you go to bed earlier and take care of your health?
Sometimes when I'm dating
Yeah.
someone, he'll be like, "Why are you still up? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Go to bed." I'm like, "Okay."
And
It's
for
kinda
me,
nice.
if a guy tells me like, "Oh, I worked like 12 hours yesterday or 14 hours," I'll be like, "Oh my God, amazing. Work more, work harder." So you can take me on trips and on dates. Like someone needs to work.
Yes.
And I love working. So I love a guy who works harder than me.
But you have to understand, for those who don't know any of us and you stumble upon this video, she does really well for herself. Like you work really hard.
I'm really good at manifesting things.
Why is that bad? That's good.
No, that's not bad. That's amazing.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
we're more appreciative.
It's hard work and luck and a lot of gratitude.
Yes. I believe that. And it's just, I think people would think people like us, we don't work. I was dating a guy a few months ago and he's like, your life is just so chill. You don't even work that hard. And I looked at him, I'm like,
You're like, well, that's because I've arrived at a stage in my life where I work for myself or, you know, can allocate my time to my liking.
I didn't say that to him. I was really mean.
What did you say?
I was in a really foul mood because I was like handling a big thing and I was just I think my patience and my niceness just wearing really thin. And I just looked at him like, don't project your inferiority on me. Just because you have a 9-to-5 job and you feel like your life is shit doesn't mean I don't work hard. Don't dump that shit on me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, whoa. I was like, you caught me on a bad day, dude.
Yeah.
Like if it was yesterday when I was feeling good, I was like, "Aw, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
know,
Yeah. Have a great life.
yeah, have a great life. Today,
Yeah.
not the day. Don't fucking." And I just looked at him. Today's not the day, babe. Don't do that. Today you need to be extra nice to me because
Yeah.
my shit is wearing thin, which I find is sometimes is not very romantic, but
Yeah.
you just need to tell your partner, like, "Hey, I'm not having a good time today. This is what I need you to do."
Yeah.
Like the unknown of the switch. Like a lot of men are so used to a certain mindset about certain things and it's not in reality right now. That's
Yeah.
why there's a struggle.
There's a cognitive inconsistency, right? You'd be
Yes.
like, oh, women are objects. Women are stupid. And then what? Women are doing well for themselves. They pay their own rent and they invest.
They're
and
literally
have
girls.
amazing returns. You know, it's just it's a cold wake up. I'm sorry, but you have to fucking wake the fuck up now.
And even if they shame those girls, you know, like I know there's like 19-year-olds that are doing OnlyFans content.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but you're doing OnlyFans. Like,
But it's catered to male followers and who's paying for their OnlyFans, you know?
it's
You
not
just
even
shame
that. It's more
the
like,
men who buy.
exactly. But it's more like, you want to finish your thought? Because you wrote in a mill a month. Is that what you're
Yeah.
trying to shame her for?
Yeah.
You know, she goes on dates. She'll probably sleep with the guy too, right? She just filmed it and post it out there. It's the
Yeah.
same thing, but just not private.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
conflicted about OnlyFans because I feel like, well, first of all, my theory is you have to be extremely tough and a very, very strong businesswoman in order to do that.
Yeah.
So I would not suggest any woman or any young girls, especially, who are, you know, sensitive or a softie at heart to
Yeah,
even
that's for sure.
try it because
Don't try
the
it.
sacrifice is actually quite high.
Yeah.
You have to be so thick-skinned that all these comments online you can totally ignore. And I know for a fact that I'm not that strong. So I mean, I'm born in the 90s and I'm more like a millennial, so it was not like cool to, you know, post yourself online.
We just haven't experienced
Where I
the
grew up.
digital apocalypse that the Gen Zs have to grow up
and
with.
and COVID, you know, all these, like, I feel a lot of empathy for Gen Z because I feel like they're doing so well for the fact that they were born into this very dystopian world, and then where climate change has become such a crazy thing, you know. And I think they're great.
Age shame.
I'm not age shaming. I actually think Gen Z people are so much more. I think they're very cool.
They're tough.
I have Gen Z friends who would rather be a millennial. They'll be like, I'm not Gen Z, I'm a millennial. I'm like, girl, it's fine. Gen Zs are cool because I don't think I was psychologically even being able to cope with so much shit going on in the world.
I know, and you don't know the difference. We know the difference.
Yeah, I think I first watched the documentary about climate change when I was like 14. It was traumatizing. Like, imagine knowing this when you're like 6. It's like, oh, you're a child. And the future is bright, but also like you're gonna burn in lava. And that's not nice, you know?
Burn in
That
lava.
that would make me suicidal, you know? And it's like me yesterday watching this super AI 2027. I was like, damn,
man.
why do I even put
What's
in
the point?
the work? Yeah, I just should spend all my money and, you know, enjoy these 2 years because we're doomed afterwards. AI is gonna unleash some super virus to kill us all. It's so easy to kill masses of people with
Look at COVID.
yeah, exactly. Period.
Damn, she's
I'm so scared of the AGI.
She's so angry.
I'm not angry. I'm just like, what's the point?
Yeah. No. I think we're all mad.
Yeah.
We're all mad at the situation that is going on in the world, and we can actually, at this day and age, you can pinpoint whose fault is it,
Exactly.
which is even more
I
infuriating.
just have too much information and too little power to do anything about it or against it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we can do something about it, but whatever.
Yeah.
So I had a really fun thing because you are, I wouldn't say you're an influencer, but you create content, and the normal content, the everyday content that you do create have a lot of engagement because of what I think what you say and what you put out there is very sharp. Like you do a lot of self-realization stuff, which is great. Because people need to know, especially I think if you're her audience and if you live in China and stuff, it's really important to get in touch with your mental health and at least know what is going on with yourself, even if you don't have a solution, but just to have that realization is great. I mean, I have depression. It's 2025, babe. We all have depression.
Yeah.
And then like I have a bunch of stuff. I have like my ADHD is really bad, which a fact is after COVID, the number of ADHD is like the level of your ADHD has been rised significantly. I think it's like the after effect. Seriously, look it up. It's really fun.
Like ADHD in terms of like newborn?
Even
infants
people
with
who had
ADHD
COVID,
or-
like after like the side effect of after having COVID. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's like a whole rabbit
I'm just
hole.
a chronic procrastinator. I don't even think I have ADHD. It's just something else related. My sister, she has ADHD, and she's I think also ADHD in female, in especially young girls, is very much underdiagnosed. So
Yeah.
she just copes.
But I feel like your content is so, like I watch your content all the time. Like whenever I turn on my stuff, you're there. And whenever I see my friends on RedNote or any other app, I would just like.
Yeah.
And then some friends like Edie was like, yeah, you like a lot of my shit. I'm like, support, dude, support.
Yeah, that's so sweet of you.
That's like actual support. When I see my friends' content, I'll go like it, you know, just to, you know, because, you know, people would think you have it really easy when it comes to making money because you're making content and stuff.
Yeah.
But we actually, I met her and we have quite a bit of influencer friend, I guess, content creator friends. We know that's not true.
Yeah.
Do you want to
elaborate more on that?
Yeah.
I feel like just for the amount of work that I put in and versus, you know, the payout, it's definitely easier than most of the jobs out there. I think I'm very, very lucky. And I also say this to a lot of women, like content creation is a great income source, especially for women. Because if I had known that, you know, ads and stuff would pay this well, I would have started long time ago, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I would have started YouTube.
Yeah.
But it's still not too late in 2025. And I think I read something the other day about how, you know, like prostitution is a thing. not just globally, also in China, you know, because we're talking about OnlyFans, and I know it's illegal in China, but I'm sure
think it's
there's a
illegal
lot of activities happening. Okay,
It's illegal in most places.
it's illegal in most places, but it's happening quite actively in
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of places.
Yeah.
And and
So sex work.
sex work, and a lot of women actually can use content creation or live stream, like selling things, to avoid prostitution, because that was kind of the only option for a lot of young women in rural areas,
Yeah, yeah.
or coming from rural areas.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think content creation is definitely a game changer for women.
Yeah. But to be honest,
China.
as a consumer of content, we all are. I much prefer your stuff. And sometimes when you go on trips and stuff, it's really fun to see you just out in the world. But guys, not that I'm trying to be a hater, but the OOTDs gotta stop. I don't give a shit what you wear. Like I'm saying, if you want to show off your outfit, if that's how you make your money, be a little bit more creative. Have like a theme. Maybe like this week I'm only gonna dress in pink, or
Yeah.
like it will be more fun than just like people like
Body checks.
not even body
Outfit
checks. I'd
checks.
be like, oh, like the whole curated. If you just do a DIY, like a no filter, nothing, just like, oh, turn, what's up, hey, bye, okay, I get it. It's like a content out there that just show off your outfit. But I really don't like those content where people spend so much effort like chasing like a trend of a video, or some kind of video where they show off their outfit, like, oh, this is Marnie, this is blah, blah, blah. You're like, bro, you don't even look good.
Yeah, but what about those Zara, Chanel?
I
The
think-
Japanese girl, that was fun. Like if you're creating a meme, that's great.
See, that's her
If
thing.
you trigger people, if you make people uncomfortable, or if it's very memorable, that's kind of good.
That's her shtick, though. Like the way she says Zara, like
Yeah.
Zara. Like that's her thing.
Yeah.
But like you would, there's some nostalgic feelings to it. Like if you don't see her content for like a few months, when you go back, you're like, oh, she's saying that again.
Yeah.
But then if you see that shit every day, bitch, no.
So you don't follow OOTDs?
I would see them a lot, and I would just think like, first of all, like the outfits are actually not that interesting because they look like they're putting on a costume. It's not like you go out in the world like that,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
you know? So it's not like, so you're selling me a lie. You're getting dressed up at home. Go outside. Go have dinner. Give me proof that you lived a life in your fucking outfit today.
But yeah, but there's this new content trend coming, like XYZ outfit in real life. So they would wear that outfit to take the metro to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And then take a walk out in this heat, like 28 degrees C, and then just sweat like crazy. But I think it's more like about selling clothes, right? I mean, content creation is about, promoting consumerism.
Maybe I'm that bitch who I'm like, you just late. It's lazy. Like if you're catching,
Yeah.
especially a trend. Remember a while ago there was like a trend of video where people show off their outfit, where they knock on the camera lens, and then
Yeah.
a song will like just
Yeah.
break in, and you're like, I've seen 20 of these in a week.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah, but that's what TikTok has, created. It's just like this really, like, one trend, one sound, and then people just recreate.
Yeah.
It has changed the way we watch things. Has changed the way we see.
It's more of a sheep training. Like they are the shepherds.
Yeah.
We're the sheep. So
Yeah.
that's why whenever I tell a story, I always have like a big thing. That's why watching your content makes me feel like, oh, great, like a break
Oh,
from the fuckery.
I'm happy to hear that. It's only because I'm lazy. I love to talk, and like doing outfit videos are actually it's a lot of work. It's very time consuming, and you have to stand there. Like for me, talking is so easy because sometimes I just like record me just yapping for 20 minutes and I cut it into like a 5-minute video and I just post it. Like do an outfit video that would take at least 2 hours to switch between like 5 outfits, and you have to do a transition that's smooth. And sometimes I do this and then I change into another outfit and I forgot what I did, and I forgot where I stood. I tried that 1 or 2 times and realized I'm not made for those OOTDs. But that's also the magic and the beauty about content creation is that you get to amplify what you're good at, right? Because people will, there are some people who love watching OOTDs. Not you. I mean, I don't watch a lot of OOTDs either. But then there will be people who like to tune in and have a little bit of a, you know,
like a sugar rush.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
then the people who want to listen to opinions or like serious talk or real talk or yapping. I just love to yap.
I love yapping too. Why do you think I do this?
I know, but you know, this is new because I feel like this is also why I think content creation has just changed the world so much. I think more positively than negatively is my argument, because everyone has a platform, a voice, and that's amazing. You know, unfortunately, yes, the algorithm will push you contents that are more rage bait, that you like to hate watch, because they'll just say crazy things to be heard, you know, not necessarily more valuable, important things, but at least if you have anything to say, you can say it, you can put it out there and someone will hear it.
Yeah.
Versus before, you need to go through like a radio station or some
Like a
magazine
host. Yeah, yeah.
editor has to approve your content before it gets published, or a book editor, you know, like a publishing house needs will approve you before your novel gets seen. But these days you can just put anything out there, out in the open, and then if it's good or if it's kind of making people feel something, people will pick it up.
Yeah. I think that's like also really cool. There's a lot of helpful content out there that people should, I mean, like one of the biggest figure of like self-help is like Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really big. Whether you like her or not,
I think
she's
I have
really
her
big.
book, Let Them.
Oh, I read that shit. I posted her. I'm like, I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm like, this book was expensive and I had to wait like a month to get it.
It's
But
not
then I'm
worth
like,
it.
I got the book and I'm like, maybe all I need to know about the book is already in the title. It's Let Them.
Well, no, there is more, but I explain in the video. If you haven't seen that video, go to my previous video. The way I explained it is like, it's just not worth the money. You can watch her podcast, you get more out of it.
Okay.
And I think as her manager, thinking in the shoes of her manager or her agency or whatever, a book is the natural next step for a monetization move.
Yeah.
From all her stuff, and it's fine if you haven't read, like if you haven't seen her podcast or seen her go on other podcasts. I think the book will help you quite a lot. It's pretty a good idea. But if you've seen her, she talked about it a lot, so you got the book for free with her telling you, so you know it's already out there.
It's like have you listened to Naval's podcast, How to Get Rich? He's this tech investor, maybe multimillionaire, billionaire, who he's just an Indian immigrant child who grew up in New York because his mom had to work overtime. He would always wait for her at the library, and then he used to read a lot when he was a child. And then he made some key investment, I think also into PayPal or some big companies that got him, you know, into angel investing. And he's a mentor for many people. And then he did this 2-3 hour podcast episode. I can send you the link. It's amazing. It's out in the open on YouTube. And then it comes with a book as well, but you don't need the book. You can just listen to the podcast over and over again. But actually have both the book and the podcast, and it has been quite helpful. It's just like for some people, they want to have something to hold on to, you know?
Sure, but I just don't want to spend that money. I'm cheap.
Yeah. Did you also buy the book?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, with both.
I gave it
Cheap
to a
for
friend.
sure.
I'm like,
That's your birthday present.
Like-
Learn to let them.
more like, you don't know who she is. Here, it's gonna change your life. I know who she is. I don't need it. Yeah.
What do you think of Tony Robbins?
Who's that?
Tony Robbins?
Her husband?
No, is it? No? I don't know. Are they related? Tony,
Who?
the Tony guy, who is this really husky voiced, big ass white man who has gone through a lot of shit when he was a child, and then he's the world's #1 motivational speaker or something.
I don't.
Like a spiritual guru.
I think.
I think you know him. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's pull this up. Well, the thing is, I don't dab into self-help area that much because I think it's quite dangerous too, to listen to all those stuff. Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, I don't watch his content or anything. I don't consume him. But it's more like it's very subjective.
Right.
So you just have to take everything. They're giving you good advice, but you have to take it with a grain of salt and translate it in a way that will serve you well, instead of just, you know, like a step by step, which that has happened to me before. Like, one of my younger friends, she's like, can you teach me how to be more confident? I'm like, you have to practice. And then by the end of the conversation, I realized she wanted like a formula, like do this, do that, boom, self-confidence. You're like, bitch, like, you understand Rihanna doesn't even have that. And she's a billionaire, a badass fucking bitch.
Yeah. Has millions of followers, but I'm sure she has days when she wakes up, she feels like shit.
She even said it in front of the camera. She's like, how do you become so confident? And fake it.
Fake it till you make it. Like, who wants to wait, what did she say? Who wants to cry oneself to sleep at night?
Something like that. Yeah.
Wait, what did she say? Yeah, it was something about like no one wants to see you when you're like not confident, so just pull up the front and people will believe you, and then it will actually,
and the more you
become
practice,
you.
the more you practice, the more confidence you have.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is you have to really learn at least a little bit not to give a fuck about what other people say, think, or say.
Yeah.
Those
Were
three.
you naturally like this when you were a child? Like naturally not giving fuck about people? What they think of you?
Of course not. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was a child. I was conditioned. I was really chubby as a kid. Like, I'm still chubby, but like I was really like chubby. And then people would say shit to my face and be like, "Oh, you'd be so much prettier if you're skinny." Or
did you talk back?
As I age, I did.
Yeah.
But as a child, no.
Yeah.
But then I just realized my own journey that, holy shit, you know what? It's not even about caring about what they say, because they all say the same thing. They want me to
Sorry.
like be healthy.
Yeah, well, everyone's healthy is different.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, just be skinnier," and blah blah blah. And I lost all the weight, and people were like, "Oh, you look great." I'm like, "Thanks," but like,
But this is especially hostile in China. People literally tell you like, "Oh my god, you lose weight, you look amazing," or like, "Have you gained weight? You've gained weight, right?"
Yeah, what
and
happened?
people will comment on your body a lot.
yeah,
Not just the grandparents, but like everyone in your
Yes.
proximity.
yes, the gays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they mean it that way. It's just almost like a custom
Yeah.
thing that they do.
They think it's okay. I think it's also the boundary thing. I think in China is a bit different.
Just to show everyone,
Which-
I got this on camera. My cat chases his own tail. He thinks his tail is an alien attacker.
But that's amazing. At least he's never bored.
Dude, look at him. You're
Zaya.
my witness.
He's so sweet.
But like, I just realized, like, you know what? If I take in their advice or whatever they say, it's not gonna make me happy, and definitely not gonna make me skinny. So I realized, like, oh, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. It's like Britney Spears in her song. She's like, once I'm too skinny and once I'm too chubby, you know, like I'll never be good enough for people. If they want to comment, then they'll comment on everything.
Yeah. So I will have some sharp replies. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
So my half sister, she have shamed me for being fat. She's like, I remember one
Younger,
time.
or-
Yeah, younger. She's quite a bit younger than me. So she at a dinner table, like a family Chinese New Year dinner table, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're so lucky. You can find clothes in your size." And I just looked at her. Holy shit, am I naked?
In America? She
No,
lives in America?
She's in Beijing.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then she's like, I don't know what to do if I were you. Or like, it's so fat. And I just looked at her. I'm like, it's okay. I look at myself in the mirror. My face is really pretty. Unlike yours. You know, I have to spend a lot of money to get that shit. I mean, we have a really gorgeous dad, so I don't know what went wrong with you. Ask your mom.
Oh my God.
I mean, like, I gave her a little, you know, just stop talking.
Yeah.
Like, don't push people. And I'm the least person on this earth anyone should push, because I have a very vicious mom. She would say really mean shit, and I have to battle her so I can say really mean shit.
Yeah.
So, and then with a really happy face. So people are like, don't fuck with her.
I think it's crazy that your half sister said this to you.
She's a green tea bitch,
Oh my God.
which is quite fun for
Yeah.
me.
I don't have any of those people in my life. Not at all. Like there's a lot of influencers that I meet on a daily basis in events as well.
Yeah.
I think I've never had anything like that. I mean, I think my enemies are more like straight men, like Chinese incels.
I think incels are incels everywhere.
Yeah, but
to
I
be
don't
fair,
have any green tea bitch ever. I never encountered one.
I
'Cause I'm
wouldn't.
so
I
oblivious to that too. I'm like, huh?
maybe, or maybe you're just not dumb enough to get some of those involved in your life.
Yeah, I just repel them.
Because sometimes as you age, you have a more sharp read on people,
Yeah.
so you just don't let them in.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think so. Like, that's totally normal.
And sometimes I do like a crazy clap back as well. But sometimes if people say something
I can't hear you now.
disrespectful, sometimes when people say something disrespectful, I just I look at them, and I just look at them for like 10 seconds. Usually they just crumble.
Sometimes, yeah.
They make a comment, I just look at them. I don't say a shit.
Yeah.
And they get scared.
I feel like a lot of people, I had this conversation, man, our talk is really like just deep.
It's a lot about revenge.
It's a lot of like female rage.
Yeah. I love that.
I love it too. I have this friend, so we were talking about, that French guy that our friend Michel, he's like really cute. So we were talking about, because he's Chinese, but he grew up in France.
He's
Yeah.
also Wenjonese, right? Yeah.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
He's lovely.
I just want to
Shout out to Michelle.
So him and I and one of my friends, we were talking, and then she just really wants to go to France and visit like the south of France, and I was like, my face was just like, and then he's like, babe, I don't think you should go by yourself. You should go at least with like a few friends, like friends like,
because it's dangerous.
QZ. It's not like that. And I just looked at him like, why? And he's like, well, so you can help her with the racism. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But I don't speak French. I mean, I speak a tiny bit. I just, with most people, you know what? I'll just say something back in English. I don't care.
Yeah. It's more like helping my friend navigate it, and so she wouldn't be that shocked, because.
But sometimes I think it's nice to be shocked, so you know the reality of things. I think Chinese people, Japanese people romanticize France a bit too much.
They romanticize about Western countries a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, I remember when I was growing up, people think like America is this like great thing, and I was like, I can't wait to leave.
I mean, nowadays people think differently, thanks to Trump.
Yeah.
The mask, the fake mask of freedom of speech and the land of greatness has been destroyed.
Yeah.
For good.
I mean, all of them destroy a little bit at a time. He just like pulled it in the middle.
Yeah, he just like...
He
just like, you know what?
Like in the
the end of the
supermarket.
empire.
Yeah, in the supermarket, the apples, I'm going to take the one in the center, But like, it got me thinking, because sometimes I would see content on our platform like Red and stuff, and I would see like creators talking about how they deal with racists when they are in either Western countries, either UK or America or something. But it's more like, first of all, I don't believe you. A lot of people do that. Like they fantasize a story after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, I don't believe you. Second of all of them try to reason with the racist and be like, let me tell you something, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, has that ever worked for you? Why are you trying to educate someone who's uneducatable?
Yeah, like after watching that Jubilee episode where a literal educated, literally really well-educated journalist was just cornered by like 20 alt-right conservatives, you realize there's no reasoning, unfortunately.
They don't want to learn.
No.
They're happy being that angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I usually just do a thing where, like, I think I told you before, like, I don't ever try to reason with racists. Like, I was on this work trip, and then we were at Complex Con, and then at Long Beach, because Long Beach is like a really small town.
That's in LA?
Yeah. Like, outskirt LA,
Yeah.
which shout out to Vince Staples. I love you. But, it's just like after 9 o'clock, there's nothing. that town is like, you can commit murder and then nothing. Like, it's just so quiet and stuff. But by the time we were wrapped up with Complex Con, it was like 10. So I opened the apps and like, okay, we need to eat something.
Yeah.
Whatever. There was a Hooters that was open. I was like, man, let's go. Let's get some wings and look at some hot chicks.
Never been to Hooters.
I
This
don't.
is so American. Okay,
It
continue.
is. I don't even know what to comment on Hooters, but like, you know, it was the last thing that was open. Beggars cannot be choosers. I'm gonna watch those girls in pantyhose and eat some hot
And tip.
wings. Yes. And then we went there and we ate with me and my colleague, and then we left. And I was smoking outside, and then this like drunk white guy. He was tipsy, not drunk. He just looked at me and he walked up, not super close, and he's like, "You're Chinese, right?" I was like, "Oh, we're about to have one of these." So I looked at him and I was like, "Yes, can I help you?" He's like, "Why do you guys eat dogs?" Here's a key point on what you say. Like, what would you say?
I'll be like, yes, and we eat people too. We're cannibals. So if you're not careful, I'll eat you alive right now. And I'll do like,
See, this is what I'm saying. We dealt with racism so frequently that we don't even try to. Because a lot of people would try to reason with them,
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you know what? We don't. No, don't do
No.
that. Don't ever do that."
I'll be like, I'll eat you and your mom and your children tonight. It's gonna be a feast.
But what I said to him is like, and I looked him up and down, like, "So you think I eat dog because I'm Chinese?" He's like, "Don't you guys?" I'm like, "You're white. Do you fuck your cousin?"
That's good.
And he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Your parents are cousins."
This is so good.
I was like,
But this does happen in Alabama, right? This is a very Alabama
it
thing.
happens, you know, like Chinese people used to marry their cousins.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
In the past, that's
In the past.
feudalism.
Yeah. But
I mean, royalties do that too, to keep the wealth in the family and the royalness in the blood.
yeah. But the same thing happened to me in New York. Like, I was chilling with some dudes, and then this black guy just like, "Why do Chinese people eat dogs?"
Oh my God, this has happened to you so many times.
I know. And I just looked at him, and I didn't want to be like, "Hey, blah, blah." I just looked at him and was like, "Oh, you had no one around to tell you that's not true." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Your dad's in jail, right?"
For drug dealing.
For whatever reason.
But that's
I
like
mean, if you want to poke
that's
at me,
dark.
if you want to poke at me, you want to be racist, like
Let's be
accidental
racist.
or not, let's go.
Let's go.
You started the game.
Yeah.
Let me
Let's play
fucking
the game.
finish it. Like, let's go. We all have our shit. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Let's crack one of those,
Yeah.
watermelon jokes. Or the fried chicken jokes, or the cotton field jokes. I mean, it gets really distasteful, but then you started it. You know what you expect.
and then they freak out. They're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I'm like, you just insulted me to my face
Yeah.
with racism. I just
giving
showed you.
back some of your own medicine.
Hey, we all got our shit. Don't start that shit. And then they're like, okay, fine, I'll respect it. Like,
Yeah.
that is a more efficient way to deal with racism than you reasoning with them. Because no one, if we're both Chinese, you want to reason with me, I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah. I wish my clapbacks were this fast like yours when I was a child, because I remember so vividly. I guess I must be like 17 or something. My sister's 4 years younger, so she was 13. We were in IKEA in Austria, in Vienna. There's this IKEA North. It's the one IKEA that we were at. And there was this older man. I mean, he was probably not old. He was like 40 or 50. Has a little bit of, salt pepper hair. And he had the little really cute white furry dog going on with him. And then we were just like, oh my God, so cute. And we just like literally just complimenting the dog, two teenagers complimenting a dog. And then he just looked at us like, not for eating. And he said that to me and my sister. My sister's 13 and I was like 17. That's just crazy. And I think we were both so shook because we were children, literal children. And I just didn't know what to say,
Yeah.
Nowadays, obviously, would be a very different scenario. But
What would you say now?
I'll be like, nom, nom, nom. I don't know. Like, how can I, do it in a way that would shook him for life and then look cool myself doing it? There's no way. It's hard,
I think you just have to be a little bit.
It'd be cooler if I had like a Doberman with me. I'll be like,
Oh no, I always think like, okay, I would look at them because my mental reflexes are really sharp.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing this old man that you say. I would just be like, maybe you should stop essaying your daughter and worry about other people eating your dog. You never know. It might be delicious. You never tried.
You know, Austrians eat horses.
I know.
Austrians eat
Aren't they
a bunch
more-
of crazy shit as well. I'm
Are-
just like, horses are men's best friends as well.
I mean, it's
Horses
more like
are beautiful.
that's what I mean. You can't really reason with them because behind the racism, there is no reasoning. So you shouldn't do that.
It's more like, yeah.
There's
But I don't
just-
know why this old man did that, though. I can never forget that. Like, I felt like there was so much evil in him.
Mhm.
Why would you say something like this to two young girls
because
that
he
were just
can.
like, think, oh my God, the dog is so cute, you know? This is where I felt like some people are really evil.
Yeah, because he can be that evil. No one stops him.
And he knows that these two young girls are not going to say anything back
Exactly.
to hurt him,
Exactly.
you know?
So like that's what I mean. Like a lot of people, I think, from a Chinese point of view, from our own people, because our country, in our own country, we're more racist towards other people. Or some people are not actually racist. I've seen like aunties see black people, they're like, holy shit, is that for real? You know,
I think it's more like if a white person goes to Africa and the African people seeing a white person for the first time, it's just the same type of amazement, you know? Actually, I've seen some black content creators who travel to China or kind of live in China. They talk about racism in China versus racism in the US. They'll be like, racism in the US against a black person is so
Violent.
much hatred,
Yeah.
so much violence, so
Yeah.
much like, I want to kill you, I want to lynch you.
Yeah.
That type of really crazy racism versus in China, it's more like the aunties or the children will be like, oh, can I touch your hair? Or your skin is so different than mine. Or at first they'll be like a bit scared because they have never seen a dark skinned person before. But then it's more curiosity.
Yeah, like
they
a
treat you differently
ignorance,
because they'll be like, oh my God,
curiosity.
why is your skin black and your hands are kind of lighter, you know, on the inside of your palm? Why is it like ours? And they wonder like,
damn. Holy shit.
show me your tongue. Why is your tongue like pink as ours, but your skin is
Your
darker?
teeth are so white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more like because they've never seen like a black person before.
It's not very hostile.
It's more like out of ignorance. It's not like out of hatred, you know? And I've actually seen black content creators saying they're more comfortable in China. The type of racism is they're more comfortable with that.
Well, because China is not an immigration country.
But China, you know, like we are so mixed though.
Within our own little subcultures.
Yeah.
I don't mean techno subcultures. I mean 苗族, 藏族, like there's a lot of different actual subcultures within China. You know, like the Sichuan spicy food, that is one culture. There are people. Chingy actually just went to like a Sichuan, and then she saw like a bonfire festival thing, and then she sent me photos. Like, if I was there, I'd be crying. That shit is so like touching to me. Like
Yeah.
seeing cultural shit is so touching to me. I've seen
And seeing how they still preserve their culture throughout the 5,000 years of history and all the dynasty changes, you know, they managed to keep their traditions alive. That's beautiful.
yeah, it is. It's fucking phenomenal.
And to give you guys a little bit of context, China, well, for someone who hasn't visited China, you probably think we're all just like one race or one ethnicity, and that couldn't be more wrong. There are actually officially like 56. And us, you're probably also Han Chinese,
Yes.
which is the
When she
majority.
said 56 means like cultures,
56, like, yeah, different
regional
cultures.
and practices. Yeah.
The thing is like there's this great emperor Qin Shi Huang, you know,
Yeah,
the
Qin
original guy.
dynasty,
He united all of these smaller countries, so China become like one big country. It's like, imagine Europe. There's this one guy who just united all Europe, and all Europe became one country. Technically, it's all European white people, but then obviously there are Slavic people, there are, you know, the German people, there are the French people. So the food, the language, and the way they look can be quite different. But then inside China, imagine this guy just united China like, I don't know how many, 3,000 years ago or something.
When he's the guy, it doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's the guy who built the Great Wall of China. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
He he didn't physically
He's
build it
the guy-
himself, but he used slaves.
Yeah, he used slaves. And then he's also the guy who, instead of real soldiers, real people being buried alive with him, he invented terracotta army. So, real people could live on. Anyways.
I don't know how I feel about that, but okay.
Yeah. And so imagine thousands of years, people just mixing with each other in China. And I think there's a lot of... I think in China, we believe in mixing with each other instead of, it's more about finding the common things instead of finding the differences. And I think that's why Chinese culture is like still strong and alive these days. A lot of these, like, there's 4 cradles, ancient cradles of civilization. I guess it's the ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt, and ancient India, and ancient China. And I think China is the only one out of all these civilizations who are still keeping the language, the traditions, and a lot of its cultures alive. India, as you can tell, I think it's also due to colonialization. It's very different. And ancient Egypt is not like Egypt nowadays. Egypt nowadays is basically a Muslim country, and ancient Egypt was very, very different.
Of course.
Than Egypt today.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying we're just like China.
No, we are better than you.
But at least our language and a lot of our traditions, the way we celebrate Chinese New Year's, are still alive. Even after a lot of crazy things that happened in the past century.
Yeah.
100
Especially
years
when
of
the white
humiliation.
people brought over the opium stuff. That was a fun trip.
I think it's the crazy thing about China is that we have this crazy united vision of like, do a cultural renaissance and keeping the traditions alive and wash clean the 100 years of humiliation and make China
just try to learn
just
from your lessons.
continue Chinese traditions.
I love some of the Chinese traditions though. Do you have some that you like a lot?
I love that we are like both born abroad, right? And then I think also
I met Yvonne about like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, you keep going.
It's crazy how we are like, because I also know a lot of people who are born in the US and they don't identify with Chinese cultures at all.
Oh, that's just sad.
That's just sad, yeah. I'm thankful I learned Chinese and I very much
if you're ABC
identify.
If you're ABC, I'm not talking about ABKs, ABJs. There's very rarely any ABJs because actually Japanese people don't migrate that much. But ABKs, not my place to say. But if you're ABC, American born Chinese, or any other country born Chinese, if you don't speak Chinese, if you don't read, shame on you.
Or shame on the parents sometimes.
No, I feel like the parents would try to do it, but if they're bad parents, you don't get a choice. But at some point, you become a young adult, make that decision, learn Chinese. I'm not talking about how Americans like glamorize, like, know your roots. No. From my take of my years in America, which I'm grateful for, obviously, I learned music and stuff from America, fucking amazing. But doesn't matter what talent you have, how smart you are, at the end of the day, anyone, even the Koreans, when they look at you, you just Chinese. They don't care what kind of passport, what language you speak, you just Chinese. And for the fact that you don't speak and write Chinese, you lose, you abandon your own little raft of like safety.
Yeah, I agree with that because I grew up in Europe, and in Europe especially, you're very much an immigrant. No matter if you were born here, you have the passport, you speak German perfectly, you understand the traditions and culture, doesn't matter. I'm always seen as a Chinese girl, and I'm totally fine with that. I actually love that. So when people ask me where I'm from, I always say China. I used to argue with people when I was like younger. I was like, yeah, I was born here, but then this and that. No, nowadays I just say Chinese. I'm Chinese, I'm from China, because that's what people want to know. And I'm fine with that. Like, I'm okay if you ask me like, oh, where are you actually from? I'm from China, period. And yeah, I think it's okay that people are curious, because they'll be like, oh, are you Korean? Are you Japanese? Are you Chinese? Chinese, period. I just answer that. And I'll give people the answer that they want, because I'm proud of it. I am quite Chinese.
And
like even inside. So,
yes.
And I'm really happy and okay with that.
And nowadays, especially 2025, I think I met a lot of people who are like, oh, you are Chinese. Please tell me a little bit more. There's a specific thing I
actually
want to know.
feel there's so much more friendliness coming from from people who asked this question these days than probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, they
And
genuinely don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, and I like the good change.
Yeah, I like it. And you just have to put your, but again, if you're ABC, especially the American ones, bro, sisters and brothers, get your shit together. Don't make me scream into this mic. Learn your Chinese, okay?
Yeah, it's just, I'm so grateful that, I mean, I actually went to China for school from 6 to 12, so it was very easy for me to learn. From my brother, who's 8 years younger, who literally only lived in China for a year when he was like 2 years old, from 3 years old. Like, he had a much harder time to learn Chinese through us and on the weekends, you know, when he has free time from school. But yeah, even he's coming to Tsinghua University. He's going to do an exchange.
You guys are all
for 5 months.
Scholars.
Not me. He's the brainy in the family. I'm so jealous.
Bitch, you speak like 5 languages.
I speak 3 really well, and my Spanish and French need some extra.
I would for the Spanish. French, nah.
I had Spanish for 4 years.
Oh, great.
Yeah, in school. I forgot a lot of the vocabulary, but I think if I could pick that up, I can speak Spanish.
Yeah, my French is just for a little bit of like whatever. And there's like, tu parles français?
For swearing.
And I was like,
un petit peu.
And then I looked at him, no. And then they would be like, oh, like they would ask.
Putain.
Yeah, and I was just like, no.
That's it?
No. I just said no to everything. It's really funny. Tu parles français? No. But I like to fuck with people. I think that's why, like, for my personality, I'm very American.
In a way, yes.
Yes, I'm very self-aware. So I'm very American. But for me to laugh at myself like that, I think it's just easier for people to, you know, not be guarded around me. I mean no harm.
Yeah. And we're like not against America or something. I mean, we
I'm
all grew up
bit.
with American pop culture. Yeah, I just think like I wish, the thing is, America has a lot of similarities with China.
Yes.
This is like one thing we have to admit, right? Both very big countries.
They're on the same spectrum.
Superpowers.
Yes.
A lot of these people think their country is the best country in the world.
Yes.
Can be nationalist at times, can be very competitive.
And propaganda.
It's just a big country problem. Like a lot of these problems, even like good sides, bad sides are quite similar.
Yeah. And people ask me like, is there Chinese propaganda? I'm like, bitch, you're living in American propaganda. There's propaganda everywhere.
There's propaganda in every country, but obviously America does it better. America does it way better because Hollywood is just entertainment. They masked it under entertainment, which is so smart.
Their marketing team is amazing.
America is really, really good at propaganda. It makes propaganda entertaining. It makes it marketable. It makes it consumable. It makes a lot of money through propaganda as well. Like normally people have to spend money to do propaganda. America makes money while spreading propaganda. Damn, so that's business
skill.
That's a skill.
Yeah,
honestly,
I love that. Okay. So I did have a point today. I was like, oh, what am I going to talk to Yvonne about? So this is going to be a bit of a tea spilling.
Yeah.
Sort of. We're not going to get anyone in trouble, especially you.
Yeah.
It's just opinions.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about, like, you know, have you ever run into anyone, like, recently, for some reason, that I have a lot of, like, young people coming at me, like, I want to get into fashion. What do I do? And I was just like, why?
Yeah, I also say the same.
I think the idea of being in the industry is very glamorous.
Yeah, I'm like, you want to be in fashion? That's the easiest thing ever. You want to be a free slave? Like, the industry constantly needs more free slaves. It needs younger slaves. Slaves who would not only work for free, but like spend money or put their own money into it just to be
talk back.
A slave.
Yeah. But I feel like, well, okay, we're not... Okay, I'm trying to articulate this in my head.
Yeah.
It's just like we're not directly in fashion in a way.
You are more than I am.
I'm more like a commentary person because, you know, magazines, we just report what happens.
Yeah.
And then have some opinion about what happened and guess what's going to happen. But like the people, like, for example, like I would say J.W. Anderson is in the core of fashion because he's making things, you know, like Or my favorite, Glenn Martin, he is making
you like-
beautiful things.
Do you like the new Margiela?
Loved it. Like, I'm gonna whisper it. I loved it.
Wow, this is how much you love it.
Because I was so sick of fashion at some point. I'm like, I don't want to read anything. And then he came out with his Maison Margiela, you know, the collection, and I saw it. I'm like, holy shit, it's so good.
He made me want to buy Diesel, and I was not a Diesel girl. So
I know, he made the whole world want to buy
Yeah.
Diesel. He revived.
who's coming to Diesel right now?
He's still doing Diesel.
He's still really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't
That's
think
good for Diesel.
left. Am I wrong?
No idea. I wasn't keeping up.
Because they didn't say he left Diesel. They just said he's the new.
Yeah, they belong to the same group, so
Yeah. It makes sense. And Kanye got real salty. I thought that was
Ed Glenn
funny.
Martin's?
Yeah, because he wanted to be.
Margiela's creative director.
I'm like,
Okay, the problem with Kanye, I have to say, controversial take. I think Kanye is a true genius when it comes to music and fashion.
mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion. But my point is, just look at the slippers that we wear now. You know, this is Yeezy coated. Like, Kanye has changed the way we see these like earth tones and these like muddy colors. And he definitely made sweatpants and stuff cool. He made Kim Kardashian's earlier style transformations, and his cultural influence on this world is undeniable. But the problem with him is he's just mentally unstable, and this is why a big fashion conglomerate will never hire you, Kanye, if you're listening to this, okay? You have to work your mental health. So if you watch Succession, you will know that CEO or a creative director, head of something, is not necessarily the most capable, talented person, but rather a pain sponge for the board, okay? For the owner,
Yes.
for the stakeholders. So if you cannot be like a mentally stable pain sponge that's gonna be the scapegoat or take a lot of shit or just be the one everyone shits on, the board members and the stakeholders can shit on, then you're not gonna get that title. It's not
And-
even about talent. And this is why you don't get the position. Like, someone can forward this video to him so he understands. You're talented, you know that for a fact, you know? But the problem is you'll never be a creative director if you don't pull your shit together. You're too controversial.
You know?
I love Nicki Minaj. I think she's really smart with her words, and I don't know. I think sometimes I like her. It's because she's so different from me. You know, she's like what I would never be.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I'm too self-conscious to rap about a body part all the time.
I just realized I
makes it
name
fun.
all the rappers in male.
Yeah.
Not
There
that
are
I'm doing
many
it consciously.
female-
Like, obviously, you know, female rappers are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Doechii is having her moment. Love that for you, girl.
Yeah.
Love it. You know, I like Likey Lee. No Name is a big one. I love her. Lil Sims, everybody love her. I'm okay. I like Tim's better. She's got that Nigerian princess thing going on.
I love Glorilla. I like her voice.
Yeah, she's so fun.
Yeah.
She just seemed like
I
if you
just-
hang out with her, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a good time.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Megan Thee Stallion has a great flow and she does freestyle, but unfortunately, her songs always are better when she's featuring someone else or if she's singing it with someone, because she doesn't change her flow as much. You know?
Yeah, her flow is just.
It's
She's
quite,
like, girl, Meg. We're
It's-
both from Houston, okay? I love you,
Yeah.
but you need to switch up that shit because every song sounds the
sounds
same
a little
now.
bit the same, yeah. But she's such a great freestyle
She is.
rapper.
Oh, you know
And-
who's a great female rapper who's like got fucking mad game is Tierra Whack. Tierra Whack, sorry. Like she's
Who is Tara Whack?
Tierra Whack. She's this eccentric. I think you really like her. She doesn't dress hot.
I like Cupcake.
Oh, Cupcake's great. Cupcake's
I like
great.
Cupcake.
She's like
Pussy ass hole or titties balls or something, but it's really cool. I like Cupcake a lot.
she's great.
Cupcake is really up there with Nicki Minaj for me.
damn. But
Sorry,
like
Tara.
if you interested, like Tierra Whack, she's like she will go on live on Instagram and she will find like the comments and she will be like, what kind of beat do you guys want? And it's like, and then someone said Fresh Prince. You know
And
that
then she
song,
would-
like, and then she's like, what? Like, here's a story all about how my light got flipped turned upside down that beat. And then she just freestyled like with her own stuff, and people were like, what do you want to freestyle? And I was like, what was that? Quesadillas. And she did it, and you're like, bro. And she spits so hard, and it's like, I love her. If you guys don't know, Tierra Whack, okay? Yeah,
I'll look it up.
yeah, I'll send it to you.
Look her up.
And she has such a funky like a rebellious child take on fashion.
Okay.
She would go on like a movie premiere with head to toe like runway Comme des Garçons, like the flower stuff, and just with her big giant glasses and be like, hey, I'm wearing like a bright orange
that.
wig, and just be like, hi guys.
I love that. I feel like I talked to this with my friend the other day, and he was like, Asian Americans, because he lives in America, he said Asian Americans fashion game is so much weaker than the Black American fashion game, because they really go crazy, you know. Because look at the Asian American celebrities. They aren't that creative or daring with the fashion choices.
You know why? Because
Asians are so self-conscious and
yes,
want to be more demure.
No, we don't want to be demure. We want to be proper.
Oh yeah, like preppy or elegant in a way.
We want to be elegant, like,
but
I want to look like a proper princess, or like a socialite, or
yeah.
I have to be proper. I want to learn. No, those
and they're
are
more
just
copying white people.
Fucking propagandas. Okay.
Yeah. I think Asians are. I think there's a lot to be done there still in the
space.
space.
Especially Chinese, when they like, whenever like
redefine what best dress means to you as a Chinese person.
Yeah.
Add in more personal touch, more like the Chinese touch, personal spice.
Yeah, and then like, did you go to the Miss show? No, you weren't here.
No.
But I went there and I was like people watching. Everyone's so proper.
Well, yeah, which Hermes is kind of known for. It's very conservative.
Yeah, but I was just like, hey, I don't. First of all, I don't like Birkins. Use the Birkin money, buy me a house, okay? I just wear whatever I like. People are like, you always wear stuff that is like so just comfortable. I'm like, thanks. I know what they're trying to say.
It's like you're not making an effort.
Yeah. But I'm like, thanks. I am comfortable. Are you comfortable in those 6-inch heels that no one is paying attention to?
But if you are wearing 6-inch heels, that's your thing. Just don't make comments about people who are not wearing those. It's everyone's freedom to wear whatever. And it's like Hermes used to not have heels. It's about horse riding. Like those boots can be comfortable, and then you can still look good,
Yeah.
But then I think it's more like Chinese people are trying to cosplay the bourgeois life and the upper class life.
Yes. You know what I hate?
And that's kind of funny sometimes. I'm just like, well, it's kind of why people cosplay though.
Yeah. I really
find your
hate
own
that.
upper class Chinese look. Find your own bourgeois Chinese look. And not just try to be French so desperately.
You know what I would like to bring back as a thing? I know it's evil and all, but it's
fashion police?
Oh, no. As an accessory, I love accessories. I'm not wearing, because this
Chokers.
is my house, No. Those emperors, no. Those, what's an emperors that do? What's the female one? Sorry.
Empress.
They have those nail covering things.
Oh yeah,
the long ones.
Sushi, they have those.
Yeah, like to protect your nail, to prove that you're not a labor.
They're wearing
like the upper class.
Yeah, always on the ring and the
these two, because they
pinky fingers.
These two are the least interactive. You need these three to navigate.
Yeah, to drink
life.
tea and
to pick your nose, whatever. So they will have these like giant gold, not plated, gold nail covering thingies that are like embellished by like different gems, precious gems and stuff. Like they're in museums. Man, we should bring that back.
Yeah.
And just be like,
we should go find some jewelers and customize some for us.
It wouldn't be difficult. We do live in a manufacturing country.
Yeah, and the fingers are the same. Like you can keep them forever.
I know.
Your fingers don't grow.
I know. Just your nails.
Just your nails. You just.
That's our upper class thing.
I think it's so funny how also China has gone through so many dynasties, and every dynasty has different, like upper class or elegant thing, and there's so much to explore, which is why I also was saying to people, like, why does every Chinese fashion designer have to take some inspiration from this painting that they saw at Louvre or at the Met or at the British Museum, and then be like, oh, my collection was inspired by Cézanne, which is fine, I love Cézanne, but it's just like, it has been done by French people and other people multiple times. It's nothing new if you be like, oh, this is inspired by Madame something. But it'll be more fun if you actually explore your own heritage and find something that has a personal connection with you, because it will just come off as more authentic and more, it's like a Chinese person. Of course you can be cordon bleu trained and you work for Alain Ducasse and you open your Michelin restaurant, but I personally would love to see a Chinese person getting some like China courtier training on how to how the palace chefs in the old days cooked, and then open a restaurant that's more inspired by that. But like not the Beijing restaurants, like the restaurants in Beijing where they're trying to mimic kind of the royal dining experience. That's very touristy.
Trash.
But actually using like researching and refreshing ancient techniques, update new like old techniques into new ingredients or contemporary food trends.
That's what I think I have an answer to this.
Yeah,
is because we don't have the proper educators here.
That's true. Even like art history, architecture, or anything that's to do with design, it's very much white people centric teaching, and it's only teaching Western architecture, Western industrial design, Western fashion history and art history.
And the most profound or prolific fashion school or any specialized school is all in the white countries.
Yeah.
So I'm not even blaming them. They're just giving you information that they know. But it's up to you, with the information you absorb, what happens after that. They teaching you techniques and chain of thought, how you should think about certain things. And it's up to you to think. And you didn't think. That's the
exactly.
problem.
And I think like I'm okay with Asian people doing whatever they want. You can be the best French, chef in the world. I don't care if you're Asian or Japanese or French or American, but it's more like I think Chinese people or Asian people generally will have a better advantage in doing something new or innovative or something to do with their own, because it's hard to beat a French chef in their own game. Mm-hmm. It's like I don't trust a white person making a better Beijing duck than a Chinese person.
Actually, I don't know if that's true, because this year, look it up, guys, for the world's pastry competition, there's a best,
Yeah.
This year, out of all the years, I think in like 10 years in a row, someone broke the record. Japan actually took the title, and then France came in second. So that was like, see?
Yeah.
You can do better. I just saw this show on YouTube where this white guy, I don't know his name, he seems very harmless, very humble, one of those wholesome white...
Like a pastry chef? Or?
No, he's an actual just chef. He lived in Taiwan for a certain amount of time. He didn't say on the show, but he was so fascinated about how they do noodles. And he just learned about the ingredients, and he went home and he developed a whole thing based on that. And he's very vocal about where his training came from. It's like, I don't have any training. I just looked at this auntie making Taiwan. Noodles in Taiwan, and I asked her. He's like very vocal about where his base training is coming from. Like, I got this idea from these Asian people, like from where I lived. And I'm actually going to try one of his recipe later. Like, cause it just seems so fucking duh. Like he makes he cooks lao gan ma in water and with vegetables, and then after it's like the water is infused with lao gan ma's oil and the fragrance, and then he will add the pasta in there. Pasta, not noodles.
Not noodle, pasta.
To continuously cook and soak up that stuff, and just add tons and tons of butter and parsley in there, and it becomes this glossy orange red beautiful sauce.
That's
You're
a
just
Chinese
like
arrabbiata.
But Exactly. That's what you were saying. Like there is stuff that we can do to level up and refresh our own inheritance of this culture.
Yeah.
And I just
I'm actually very open-minded, and I would love to try out his cooking as well. I'm not saying white people cannot cook Chinese food, Chinese people cannot cook white food,
That's
not
not-
at all.
yeah,
I'm just saying like get inspired, right, by new ingredients or by traditions wherever you travel to. I just want to see some new stuff. I just
Yeah.
don't want Chinese people to respect the Michelin system too much, because I feel like it's a very white-centric rating system. And you know, guys, it's a scientific fact, according to research, that Asian people have more taste buds. I just feel like we should have our own rating system of what is good or bad, and I would not trust the Michelin or the classic French cooking system for everything. That's what I'm saying.
actually the fun story is Michelin couldn't get in. They're still not officially in China.
Yeah.
It's exactly that reason. They
I just
cannot
don't
judge.
believe you know more about Chinese food than actual Chinese people. And like, I personally, China's so big, and this is what we've mentioned before. It's like continental Europe. So it has so many regional traditions and customs and different food, like cuisines. So me personally, I haven't tasted all of China. You know, I've probably only tasted like 20%. Seriously. I haven't even traveled to so many places.
Me too.
So it's really hard for me to say, even you think we live in Shanghai, which is definitely one of the more multicultural and great places for food, for different regional foods. You know, everything can sort of be found here, as you would believe. But then it's kind of also adapted to Shanghai taste, which
or
is
like a metropolitan taste.
like a metropolitan taste. So it can taste quite different
Yeah.
in that respective
Yeah.
city,
Yeah.
rather versus the one that's, you know, in Shanghai. So even like inside China, there's so many things to discover or rediscover. And I just think there's so much work to do, and I'm really excited for that. That like conversations like this makes me so optimistic and looking forward to the future, because I'm like, oh, I haven't even tasted all the food in China yet, let alone foods of the world. And I would like to go to Mexico and eat real Mexican food, you know, instead of just like, oh, the best Mexican restaurant in New York City. Like, that's not what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
Michelin's great sometimes if you go to like a white country, like a European city,
Like a French
it can
city.
be a good guide.
Yes.
I definitely have used that guide and has taken me to great places. But it's just like in non-white countries, I don't trust Michelin at all.
Which is too different for you to
It's an
come into
entirely
our
different
shit
system.
and judge us.
Yes.
Like, no, like you don't know what you're doing.
And sometimes the cheapest food in China tastes better than a Michelin 3-star food restaurant experience in Copenhagen, period.
Yeah.
And my problem with like fine dining is that I love fine dining, okay? It's not something I do enjoy. But the thing is, and I always say this, also I say this to my Danish friends, you know, in Copenhagen, I'm like, the reason you guys have so many world-renowned restaurants that are very conceptual, theatrical, is because you guys don't have a very rich food culture. Used to be a fishing village, okay?
Salmon.
And you guys have the smørrebrød, which is great, you know, just like cured herring on some bread. It's an open face sandwich. I do enjoy that as a brunch item, but you guys don't even have a stew. You don't have a stew in a country that's like minus 20 degrees C in the winter. You guys don't even have a stew in your traditional cooking. So who are you to tell us what is good food? This is why you have no tradition. You have no respect for food, for like actual amazing food, which is why you can invent from nothing. So you can be conceptual, you can be theatrical, you can be dramatic about it. You can make it an art experience.
I love that. I love your take
That's
on
why
that. Yeah.
that's why you can do that. Because you guys don't have amazing food to start off with. You don't have like, oh, this is my grandma's cooking, great grandma's cooking. We have to protect it with all costs. It's like, you don't have a great tradition to fall back to, so it's easier for you to reinvent. This is why a lot of these Asian cities are so futuristic. It's because a lot of our heritage temples were just bombed away or dismantled, which is why we have no problems building like crazy skyscrapers and be really innovative with the city planning. You guys cannot do that in Paris. You know, imagine like doing like high bridge cities in Paris. That would destroy the beautiful cathedrals and churches, and
they're the one who bombed us.
They're the one who bombed us, which is why our cities are like Blade Runner. You know,
Yes.
20
Shanghai
27.
is like, if you have never been here, it will shock you in all senses, all of your 5 senses.
Thankfully, we have some beautiful temples left. But it's like, it's easier to build something completely futuristic, innovative on top of ruins. And this is what I say about Danish food.
Yeah.
Is that if you don't have, I mean, great bread, by the way, amazing pastries.
Yes.
I love the cardamom buns. Yeah, so this is why you guys don't have like a dessert omakase, because you guys have already amazing pastries. You don't need to reinvent crazy on that one.
Yeah.
But because food
But I do like the fact that the
is
Japanese
humble,
yeah,
you guys can do crazy shit about it.
you should go watch that. They had like a whole ceremony. They did French dessert and they beat the French. You know how ironic, how beautiful, ironic that
The
is?
Japanese people are generally really good at like, they're just so autistic, and they can just like go crazy, you know, tunnel vision, be like, okay, my life is dedicated to making the perfect flan, and then they will make the perfect flan, and then they'll be like, I'm forcing my children and my great-grandchildren to do the flan for the rest of their lives. We're gonna be the #1 family in Japan to
I know, but people
to keep the heritage of Japanese flan alive. And if the children are refusing, you'll be like, you're disowned from the family. But I love the Japanese for that. They're so dictator minded, authoritarian,
autistic
when it comes to
in the
perfecting
best
a
way.
craft.
Yes, because they
I
like
appreciate you guys for that.
they like to perfect things.
Yeah.
Because I had this, like, when I talk about food, people is going to hate me for saying this. But I had this young dude came in our city. He's like, I live in Japan. I'm like, cool. He's like, and he said, I'm an instigator. I like to debate people. So he said to me, to my face, this little motherfucker said to my face that, again, I'm Chinese, right? He's in China. He told me Japanese food is the best and the greatest Asian food.
Yeah, I mean, that's his opinion. That's okay.
It's not. It's not okay because
For him.
no, I'm kidding, of course, but on that day I was just feeling a little, I was like, oh really,
Tell me the reasoning.
yeah, how so, what makes you have that sweeping statement? He's like, well, their food is like very, very great and really curated really well, the omakase, the whole culture where you eat and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, so you enjoy the ceremonial gesture of a meal? He's like, no, like even a bowl of like random ramen would be good. I'm like, okay, so enlighten me. Yes, I said that in a very condescending, sarcastic tone. Enlighten me that what they have that we don't have, that doesn't involve rice, noodle, and fish. Go. And he's like, I was like, yeah. I'm just saying, for you to have that sweeping statement of like Japanese food is the greatest Asian food. I'm like, I would even say Thai food is a little bit more interesting than Japanese food. I think the ceremonial stuff, no one can beat them. Like the stuff.
But did you know that some ceremonial grade matcha is a term coined by a white American dude?
See? It's
He
not even
invented
them.
this. Like, white people are so good at marketing. This is what we need to learn from them.
Exactly.
They're
You need to
so
package
good
shit
at
really well.
marketing and then scaling and then upping the price. I'm like, white people, you guys are really good at this. You guys invented marketing
Yes.
and PR.
Yes. So like that whole conversation, he was just like, why are you being a bitch? I'm like, oh, that's your, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
But that was really funny to me. Like I said, I like to debate people sometimes, especially younger dudes, because you just gotta let them know. You have to. I mean, being the older sister, you just gotta, if I'm his actual older sister, I will bully him.
Yeah, I love a good debate though. Like, I'm down to, because I also, if you can educate me on something I don't know, I'm down to listen.
I mean, the whole Kanye thing. A lot of people don't think about it. He's actually made a whole career out of copying people or just telling people what to do.
Good at referencing, that's what Picasso said. Like, good artists
which makes
copy
him,
and great artists steal. So I guess he's really good at stealing.
yes, and he actually applies the same thing with his music, which is why everybody loved his music, because
he's
was
good
great.
at sampling. He's so good at sampling. But I think, okay, to be fair, arguably, I think a lot of these fashion designers these days, creative directors, are also more like stylists and curators. You just have to know what you're referencing from and it's like a DJ. You just need to know the crowd and what's the vibe and give them something that can,
But also a good DJ, you gotta mix your own edits and
That's
stuff. You know,
true.
like you can't just be like,
Yeah, you have to balance these two acts, you know,
Yeah.
being a great, because it's also called a creative director these days. It's not like you're the head designer.
yeah, you're just directing.
It's-
you give directions.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not actually hands-on sewing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our contemporary culture, because I think it's hard to invent something completely new and original these days. Like completely
It's
something
really hard.
that no one has heard of or seen already or tasted, you know?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's about knowing what would be good for the zeitgeist and
Mm-hmm.
what would ignite people at this very moment.
Yeah. I really hope.
Which is a very, which by the way, a lot of influencers do really well because they know how to trigger people.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not even about adding something of value. It's about triggering people or
Yeah.
igniting or making people feel something,
Yeah, yeah,
even
yeah.
if it's anger.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should wrap up here. But if you are Chinese or if you're not, welcome. I hope this episode was really heavy. We didn't intend it that
Was
way.
it
but
heavy? I think it was
heavy as
okay.
in like subject wise.
Yeah, but
I had a lot of
life
fun.
is heavy.
I had a lot of fun. I definitely think I should have you back because we need to talk about dating stuff.
Oh yeah, we haven't even touched on that.
It's been 2 hours, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always end my show with a high five because it gives you good vibes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woo! Lovely.
That's how you high five. Okay. Go follow her. Support me. Do all the good things. Make a good choice. We'll see you soon.
Learn Chinese and be open-minded. Thank you for having me.
Yay.